Hey, that is not loud enough. Hold on. We're cranking this bad boy up. Okay. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Hello. Hi, everyone. Can I... Nope, that's the wrong thing. Hi. Hello. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Oh my gosh, so many people here. Hello. Hold on. I have to cough. So, I saw someone ask if my starting soon screen was a teaser. No, a new one? No, that's just one of the images at the end of damage control that flashes by. Hello. My back meat hurt. I know who you are. How are you? You change your name every so often. I'm super quiet? Okay. How's this? Is this better? I do. Yeah, you do. All the time, actually. Let's see. Been vibing today. Good. Good. What are we talking about? 2020. Oh, yes. The movie. Probably. I have a feeling it's going to be released for summer next year, actually. Summer blockbuster. I'm still puzzled by the chair on that hill and its meaning. You're not alone. You're not alone. I am too. I don't understand. First time in one of your lives, just now getting back into Kane stuff. Hello, Liminal Marcus. Welcome. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the stream. You're just now getting back into Kane stuff. There's no better time. No better time to do it, I'd say. I've been absolutely bored today, so this is great. Good. The chair has aura. This blanket, it's a nice little Sherpa blanket. It's like a two-tone purple thing, and there's little bundles of cat hair because I have a ragdoll with a lot of fur. But yeah, it's a blanket. This is my real chair. I'm just so tiny. There we go. Oh yeah. What studio was backing Markiplier for Iron Lung? Was there one? I'm making a Backrooms game on Roblox and it's gonna be fire. I think I've been seeing you in the Discord showing it off. It looks cool. I'm excited for it. What are your thoughts on the movie? So if the suggested synopsis from what I've seen is true, then it's definitely going to be like very psychological in nature. It's going to be like a no, we are not doing this again. Great. Hold on. My camera likes to react to gestures sometimes. And while that's very helpful, I don't need it right now. More settings. There we go. Okay, shouldn't track me anymore. All right, we're good. As I was saying, yeah, I think it's going to be a situation of two people having to navigate and try to escape from the complex. How do we get a hold of the assets used by Kane? This is stuff that was posted in the Discord. I have a couple links that will take me to it, and we can go through it together. Wow, this is a long song. Holy shit. Yeah, this is fine, actually. That's fine. Anyway, is the music too loud? Your PC, what GPU do you have? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember. All I know is that it's water-cooled. It's a water-cooled GPU. It's very nice. It's called Nexum, and it comes out around fall. I'm gonna have to check it out then. Probably make a video. The Backrooms film to me is going to be what, I honestly don't hear it that much. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, you let me know if anything is too loud or too quiet. I'm a stickler for audio levels. I try to be. What's it called? Yes. I agree with you on shore that the Backrooms film is going to be for like pretty much all of this community what the FNAF film was for people who grew up with the series. Probably a good idea to not make it mega complicated async stuff for a public audience movie. Gotta introduce the masses to the concept. Exactly. Yeah. A essentially found footage style movie would be a lot more of a better introduction to the concept than being like, there's this research institute that somehow, while they were attempting to achieve fusion, they ripped open a hole in the space-time continuum, and now there's like this weird dimension where things just generate out of nowhere, and people made out of clay and bacteria live, and it's like, okay. I feel like Kane Pixels is the Steven Spielberg of YouTube. Damn. What a compliment. Holy shit. I would say so. He's really good at doing what he does. Easily retained knowledge from his distractible chatting intro segments. Oh, Markiplier Studios. Oh, he was doing it himself? Oh, because he was working through the SAG-AFTRA strikes, the writer strikes, and the actor strikes. Yes. Probably. That would make sense why it took so long. Hello, Hubert Lee. I feel like non-Backrooms fans won't hate it, unlike with FNAF. Yeah, like, it's weird because the whole idea of kids being stuffed into animatronics and their souls inhabiting said animatronics is a great horror concept, but they took an interesting route with it. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it at all. But I mean, I guess it makes sense if you want to introduce the audience and be like, look at these cute animatronics. They saved this little girl's life. And it's like, yeah, but how much do you really know about them? If they try to palette it to such a wide audience, neither the Backrooms fans and newbies wouldn't enjoy it. Yeah, you have to have like a balance because you have to have something for like the fans to point at and do the soy jack face where they're like pointing and they're like, oh my god, look. And you have to have something that the newbies can be like, okay, I can vibe with this. I think the life forms are simply colonies that take on a bipedal form to survive and take advantage of humans, using them to grow and not actually humans. How did you get in my house and look at my notes? Yeah, I'm not surprised that you actually think that, because I think that too. I used to think that they were amalgamations of people, but ever since Kane confirmed that there were like no zombie elements in the series, I'm like, huh. Well, the fact that it's mutated seems to be very, emphasized. So why else, if not now that they can be bipedal? Do you think in the Backrooms movie we'll see both Found Footage 2 and Found Footage 3 locations according to the old Kane's Instagram where he... Wait, really? He held the paintings from both of the Found Footage videos? Maybe. Okay, that would be so cool actually if we got to see those areas. If we did, we would get to see that room with the George Brem painting and the life form with the car crashed into it. I wonder if the car would still be there. I know Kane mentioned at one point that if the complex is damaged in any sort of way, I guess it like fixes itself. At least in terms of fire, but I don't know. Obviously, a vehicle crashing into a wall and fire are very different. No, you're good on shore. There. The howl. No. No, please. Oh my god, Lou, hi! How are you? Holy shit, it's been years. I'm so glad to see how you been, man. This guy on Twitch, Oddhouse Lou, he made a lot. What did you make? You made emotes. How many? I think you made like a couple. You made a couple, I believe. But they're great. I really appreciate them. I have to move them over to YouTube, as well as my subscriber badges, because they're very cute. I really hope Kane's signature sound is in the film, the high-pitched whirring and creaking-ish sound. Yes, I'm pretty sure it will be. Because if he's among the directors, he's absolutely going to include that. He's absolutely going to include that in there. Sorry, I just... Bacteria jockey. Ugh, I hate myself for doing that. I joined earlier, but I live in Florida and instantly left due to the sound of an ending. Oh my god. You okay? Is it, well, I know you're in Florida, so... What is it, like tropical storm warning, hurricane? I hope not. My god, stay safe. Is the Twitch chat not showing up? Oh no, it is. It is. There's just not as many messages. Oh, Ivor, hello. Ivor on Twitch. I have a bunch of Kane's actor core animations and models. I could send videos of those. Yes, yes, please. That would be great, Ivor, if you could do that. Zombies in the Backrooms? No. No. Kane said no, and I said fine. I'm making a found footage video, and it's going to be completely based on everything we've figured out about Kane's series, but mainly focused on the expansion. Ooh, yes, I want to see your interpretation. Do you think Peter Tench is a ghost? No, but I think he got away at the end of Damage Control. Like, I think he got by the Department of Energy at some point after Damage Control, but I don't think it was like immediately like they say it was. I'm pretty sure he got out and leaked something. Also, it's the 28th today, right? Oh my god. I think today is the actual, like, when filming starts, so I'm really, really excited. I've been waiting for Complex Expedition. When? When is it dropping? I need it. I need that game. Now. Now. Just a handful. Yeah, just a handful. Just a handful. You got the early access on release date? Really? I'm jealous. Self-healing factor goes crazy, explains the clipping into objects and stuff. Yeah. Actually, I had like a separate idea that I discussed this morning in a different server. I always like jump around different servers and I have different conversations with people about different theories. It's ADHD to the max, but yeah. Hello, Bob. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. Currently working on the video for it. Give me like 10 minutes. Got you, Ivor. What is your opinion on Markvin? Superior ship. Markvin versus Backrooms. Who would win? I think Markvin, honestly. There's just more of like a social like contagion factor with Markvin. Plus the name is fun to say. What is the importance of those brown roots with the paintings that were posted around found footage too? Good question. That I'm actually going to answer in an upcoming video about the life forms, which is why I said, how did you break into my house and read my notes? Because I'm actually working on the script for that right now, and I think I'm like a good amount of the way finished. Let me see here. So I have a lot of stuff up here. Oh my god. Did I not save the life form research stuff? I'm gonna be so upset if I didn't. No! I didn't! Oh my god. I am a buffoon. Wait, no, I did. I did. You son of a bitch. Yeah, there we go. These are my Nope. You're not reading my script. Is it? No! Damn it! I'm revealing my secrets. Shit. We're going back to YouTube. Anyway. I'm leaking all my content. Hi, little Alice. Have you ever noticed that the volume 1 covers are mirrored horizontally? Yes, I did. Specifically, government funding V2. Like, you have the regular government funding, and then you have... Where's government funding V2? Uh-oh. Kane, where did you put it? Well, that's frustrating. I know. It'll be in the Out of Sync playlist. I'm just going to close these so I don't confuse them again. Anyway. Yeah, that is a lot of tabs. That's exactly why I had to make tab groups. Yes, I'm also doing Vita Carnis research. I just caught up on Vita Carnis, and holy shit. The Elder Mimic is insane. If I was bi, I would so have a crush on Kane for the simple fact that he can't draw such... draw such beautiful art like the ones on the paintings. Insane. Insane. He'd be like, he's just like me for real. Yeah, it's an Out of Sync. Please help, I'm stuck in the complex. Ooh. I don't know how to help you about that. The lady in the painting is so beautiful. Yes, I call her Horse Girl. Kane says filming begins July 7th. Oh, really? Then that's probably... Then I'm probably thinking about something else. I watched your video on the Backrooms and the relation to Ivan. Do you know if that was his only use of AI image stuff? So apparently I put this as like the pinned comment in that video just because this is my fault. I will take 100% accountability for this. Those are not teasers. Those were just people who were in the Discord and were like, make Ivan look angry, and then he would, you know, generate the image, and then they'd be like, angrier, and then, yeah. So apparently it was when AI stuff first started coming out. That's why it looks so ridiculous with the text. And why it's not like, why the photos are not like piss yellow now in the filter. As described, not the leaking. While I'm at it, I want to say that the song The Complex is an absolute banger and is up there with Still Life. Yes, yes, I love both of those so much. I love both of those so much. Have you seen the third part of the Found Footage 4 on Async Research released recently? I have not watched any of their videos. I actually was thinking of doing a stream where we kind of check out all of like the, I guess, fan community Backrooms videos and stuff. Like the other channels like Async Research and Kaufman, because I know he's in my Discord as well. Yeah. So I definitely want to check those out. Vita Carnis is one I haven't seen, but I know Iceberg Boy had a massive jump scare. Yes. In the first, like, half of season 1, it's like a documentary style on video on each of the Carnis species. And on the Mimic one, there's like a door knocking sound, and he thought that it was real, so he jumped. And he got super, like, it scared the shit out of him, so he had to replay it just to confirm he wasn't going crazy. And it nearly got me when I was rewatching it. I was like, when is that jump scare coming in? Because I know it got Wendigoon. I don't want it to get me. But no, I got jump scared by something way, way worse in the second season towards the end, because holy shit. What did we think of the new Harvester upload? That was crazy. I did want to talk about this in my Vita Carnis video, but I have a feeling that their relationship between the species are a lot more intertwined than we're led to believe. And it's been something that's been hinted at since the first few videos of the first season. So I'm really excited to get into that. Async Research has been cooking with their found footage for. Ooh, good to know, good to know. Do you think there will be any content creator references in the movie similar to how they did Corey Kenshin in the FNAF movie? I don't know, actually. That would be really cute if there was, but I have no idea. Why is Kane using AI images? He wasn't using them sincerely. It was more of a joke with the, yeah, it was more of like a joke with the Discord server back when all of that, when we all messed around with it and didn't know better. Yeah. But I love his sketched stuff, which we will take a look at. I miss when AI was just Joe Biden on trail cam type shit. Yeah, I miss when it was just Joe Biden and Trump play Overwatch and they shit talk each other. Yeah, Kane did quit using AI pretty much around the same time everybody else did. Don't spoil the new Vita Carnus video. I will not. No, I will not. I will definitely in my video where I talk about it, but I'm not going to spoil it right now. When Kane was creating found footage 1, he actually got jump scared by his own entity. Yes, I remember him talking about that. He mentioned it to Wendigoon when they were watching the oldest view. He's like, if it makes you feel better, I've jump scared myself doing found footage 1 with the entity. And I was like, no way, dude. He's just like, me, for real. Okay, before I keep going on to tangents, let me go ahead and get the, what's it called? No, it's not this. Who sent me all of them? Wasn't it? It was Aaron, right? Not Aaron. Eris. It was Eris, wasn't it? Pretty sure. Where? My bad. I am just looking for the link that had everything. Wow, my stomach just made noise. That's crazy. I actually can't find it. No way, bruh. Are those colored bookmarks at the top of your browser? These are tab groups. So I have like a bunch of tabs in all of these little groups right here. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Where the fuck? Okay. Let's just actually go to my water's in the way. Let's just go here. I know there's like a bunch of stuff here. I know his concept sketches are here. So we'll take a look at that. So here's this. Can I... Yeah, I can do that. And then can I... Yeah, I can do that as well. Okay. Let's see. No! No! Banned. Hold on, I gotta go to my Twitch thing. You are a bot. Go away. Okay. Okay, so here's... Can I just... Oh yeah, I could have just done this. So we see this sketch in, I can just move this a little bit right here just so I don't look totally weird when I'm looking. Kane's drawings are inaccurate to the actual places. Oh no, I know. This is stuff that like he's used in his videos though. Even it's just like a fleeting thing. So I know this was in informational video. At like the very end, this kind of shows up and it like pans up. And then this one shows during damage control when they're talking about Peter specifically feeling like he was in like an illusion generated by the complex. I'm awful at typing while listening to stuff, so I apologize if my typing gradually devolves into incoherent nonsense after a while. No, you're good, you're good. Filming is only gonna take a month? A month and a week? Really? Kane schizo drawings? That's crazy. That's a crazy way to describe it. Hello? Oh, my monitor's so big. Let's see here. Yeah, see? This was used at the end of damage control. And it's just interesting to see all of the stuff here. The threshold door. This just looks like the immediate area outside of the threshold. Same with the map right here. Whoa, this is cool. Body fungus teaser. So this is old teaser images that he posted and stuff. Blueprints teaser. This was also shown in I think the third test, I believe, which is very interesting. Severe warping prior to external contamination, complex, sterile. Okay. This is the... So, yeah, this is what I mean by Kane describing the threshold as like a stable or bridged null zone. It's because it directly shows up in one of his videos. And you can see it scroll by. What do we call that area right outside the threshold? I call it the outpost. Is that Async Research Institute? I don't have my headphones on, but probably. Oh, well, it was at one point, yes. Anyone know if there have been any teasers since the last video? No, I'm still waiting on the carpet to drop. So many mysterious numbers, right? Like, what does it all mean? The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? Also, I don't know if you guys, like, saw this or, like, realized this, but doesn't this look like a cassette tape to you? There's so many cassette tape motifs in the series. And this is one of them. And this is the top view of the threshold. These are the two, like, cylindrical thingies that are on either side of the low proximity magnetic distortion system threshold. And this is the threshold itself. X2 cadaver unit? Is that? No, 2 cavity units, maybe? Cadaver units? I have no idea what this could be. Kane, your handwriting. It hurts me. A lot. I know you're purposely obfuscating, but yeah. So yeah. Bridged null zone involves basically creating a link to the complex that you can just go through at any time. So then that means that the ones that people fall into when they clip are not bridged. Interesting choice in using the term bridged, because it kind of suggests like a, what's it called? Einstein-Rosen bridge? Something like that? Someone get a giant pencil, we can undo this. Oh my god, right? Yeah, it does look like a cassette tape. Oh, it's a constant unit? Are you sure? Because this looks like a D. What is that? I can't even read the handwriting, right? The evil threshold-shaped printer is powered by a cassette tape. Exactly. That's why it makes printer and MRI noises. Those lines above severe warping reminds me of those split timelines visualizations. Yeah, they do. They do. Huh. I think this might be referencing the degree of distortion related to like the local electromagnetic field. And it probably reached like a critical point. And then, what in the hell? Why would it warp like this? And why? So actually the severe warping is relating to this. So there's severe warping around here on either side. So it's kind of like instead of ripping a hole open, you're like rolling up the sides and then pinning them, like opening a curtain, essentially. What even is a bridge null zone? A null zone where you can get back out? Yes. One that you can get in and out from very easily and remain like constant and stable. It would also explain why we don't really see any like green light activity near the threshold itself, because if that's an area where it's like bridged, then I really doubt that, you know, there would be any kind of distortion. Null zone. Reminds me of vacuum decay, where there's a small valley that physics rolls into as a new stable form. Vacuum decay. Hold up. Why am I on caps lock? Curious. Vacuum decay is a hypothetical scenario where the universe transitions from its current less stable false vacuum state to a more stable, lower energy true vacuum state, potentially causing a catastrophic end to the universe as we know it. This transition is envisioned as a bubble of true vacuum expanding at nearly the speed of light, potentially altering fundamental constants and destroying all matter within its path. Huh. Our universe is believed to be in a false vacuum, a metastable state, meaning it's not the absolute lowest energy state it could be. The true vacuum is the lowest energy state, and the universe could potentially transition to it through a process called vacuum decay. How vacuum decay happens, false vacuum. The universe is currently in a state where it's not perfectly stable, but it's also not actively decaying. Quantum tunneling, a random quantum fluctuation like a tiny seed or a nucleation site, could trigger a phase transition. A bubble of true vacuum would form at the site of the fluctuation and begin to expand at nearly the speed of light. Or phase transition, as the bubble expands, it would drag the surrounding false vacuum into the true vacuum state, changing the law of physics and destroying all matter and energy in its path. It is kind of similar to that, the null zones. But instead of like dragging the surrounding false vacuum into the true vacuum state, it takes like a snapshot of it. A subtle cosmic horror. Ivan, wake up, a new null zone type just dropped. Also, the threshold null zone is unique because you can see the other side, unlike those we've seen in the found footages that are visually undetectable. Yes. In the found footage tapes and in that one unlisted video where it's just like cars driving on the highway and one no clips through the road. Which is probably the biggest null zone that we've seen so far, by the way, is that one that was on the road. And we have no idea when it is, when that happens. We can't, I don't even know if it's confirmed if the found footage 2 car is the one from that one video. Electromagnetic experiments pushed into a sort of vacuum decay bubble into being, that being the complex. Probably. I mean, I know they were trying to achieve fusion. I'm actually wanting to do a separate video on what exactly the low proximity magnetic distortion system is. Excuse me, hold on. But, I wanted to do that, but, what's it called? Oh my god, where was I going with this? Yes, but my current train of thought is that the machine itself is trying to use, what is it? Internal confinement fusion? Inertial confinement fusion. Yeah. It's trying to use inertial confinement fusion. And, oh my god, I completely lost my train of thought. That is so annoying. Okay, anyway. Completely unrelated, but like how big actually is the red outdoor area? Kane said the cars were different. Okay, so the cars were different, so we have no, so there's just a random car somewhere else in the complex. Some other car just randomly crashed into some other area in the complex, and we have no idea where that could be, and we have not seen that. So interesting. But yeah, that's one of the bigger null zones that we've seen so far. Yeah, ADHD, brain go burr, really bad. How big actually is the red outdoor area? Like, they look huge. So I have a feeling that maybe it's kind of encroaching on the scale of like the chasm. Maybe not to the degree that the chasm is, because it's absolutely massive. But I don't think that, I definitely think it's among one of the bigger things that we've seen so far. Man, what the hell? Okay, here we go. So, let me see. Oh, this is one of his, this is his rough forever sketch. We're just gonna do this just because it's easier. Can I? I can't. I'm just gonna have to turn my head to the side. That's okay. Yeah, this is from his forever sketch. Look, I mean, you can kind of see, even just from like the rough sketch, even in the final sketch, you can see that like one eye is emphasized more than the other. And there's a lot of like eye imagery. There's a lot of eye imagery that we can see. Covered thinking sketch. This is the one from Visible Light, I believe. If I recall correctly. Oh my god, there's so many. There's so many tracks. Yeah, I think it's from Visible Light, basically. Great sketch. I really like his art. Kane's art, it's great. What is this? Kane at found footage 1? What? Oh! That's him at like the actual, okay, that's cool. That's him at, where it was actually filmed. That's pretty neat. Async research facility, that's pretty cool. What is this? Async type building. Where was this taken? Sundown entry wound. Interesting. Let me see. I do think that secret video car from the highway is actually connected to pitfalls. I think it's like maybe not directly related to it or connected to it, but it's definitely been like, hey, things like big things can fall into the complex as well. First time we saw the red neighborhood, it was rows of residential homes. Second time, it was a giant business district looking area. kind of ties into the whole evolving idea. I think so too. We know that it's not just a rows of residential homes either, because apparently there's like a good bit where it's like a patch of forest, I think it mentioned in the whiteboard drawing, which I'm sure is here somewhere. I'm sure it's definitely here somewhere. Old living room photo. This is a crawl space, isn't it? Right? Pretty sure it is. Do you think the Malaysian airline went into a null zone? I have no idea. If Bermuda Triangle is a null zone, Appalachia is a massive net of null zones too. Ooh. Actually, the idea of areas where there are like recorded gravitational or like electromagnetic anomalies being kind of like naturally occurring stable null zones, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Is the chasm where Kane finds the long loading bays in Found Footage 1? Yes. Funny thing is that that's actually just a copy-paste section of a hallway from Async. Yes, that was his school. Eyes are also the one natural/biological receptor to visible light. Yes. That photo is oddly terrifying. A lot of these image teasers are oddly terrifying. Like this one, it's just so unsettling. I hate this one. I hate your like loose skin. I hate that you're missing half of your head. What is wrong with you? What do you think the cover art and by extension the hazmat in I Remember actually has to do with the series? Probably the research. It's probably about the researchers themselves. Definitely. I feel like it might be related to the ending. Oh, I like that idea. I feel like it might be somewhere close to either like the climax of the story or towards the end. Yeah. Kane should make an ARG for the Backrooms movie. That would be super cool. What are the sky and stars made out of in the red neighborhoods? So I think the stars are just like a bunch of like lights, probably. And the sky is probably just like super dark colored walls. Or just the fact that there's no lights at all just makes the walls look super dark. But then that wouldn't explain why there's so much red. So I wonder if the red light is coming directly from those little stars that are on the ceiling. I have no idea. What about the mall? Maybe entire cities? Well, we do see the red city, so I definitely would think that we would see a what's it called? A regular city at some point. That old living room pictures from Found Footage 3. Yes, yes it is. Still Life could still get Robbie. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But we don't see Still Life again after this, right? After he pushes the wardrobe onto the chair, we don't see Still Life again. Why didn't it follow Ravi when there's clearly a crawl space right here? That's so weird. Guan Yin statue. She has her back turned. Very unsettling implications. Creaky skylight. Is that what that is? Oh. Look, there's a kitchen. There is a kitchen. So there has to be plumbing. And there is a bathroom. There is a bathroom. I'm just looking through photos at this point. Yeah, bathroom. Here's a sink. That's a shower. I don't see a toilet though. What is this? That is just a picture of Kane. Highlighted async facility. Ooh. I like this. I like this photo a lot, actually. It could be, Kane could be 2 pixels and you could still tell what he's doing. Backrooms masks. Oh, that's so cool. This is so cool. There's no proof that they work though. True, but we do see in archive.tar that images from the complex, they found an area that was flooded with a pipe and a bunch of water. So we know that there is running water in the complex, but whether it's actually connected to that little like apartment looking area, that's a different story. Interesting how it does do full objects and not just half a microwave. Yeah. Which is interesting when you think about it. The only time that we've really seen furniture kind of like clipping into the complex itself is in Static Dead End. I feel like that's the only time we've ever seen that happening. Do you think that kitchen is connected to the kitchen in found footage too? It does kind of look the same, huh? At least the stove area. This is definitely a different looking kitchen, but the stove definitely looks the same. That, at least they gave them a stainless steel fridge. 1 year anniversary of the found footage to tape square. Oh my god. That's so unsettling. Ugh, God. That's so unsettling. Ivan text teaser? Is this real? Chat. Chat, is this real? Is this real, chat? Is it real, chat? Walk into a sedan. Ivan. What is this? What could this be? Here we go, more sketches of his. Here we go. Now these are his quote-unquote schizo drawings. Why do we see this square again in the distorted room? What square? Wait, which square? Did we? Do you have a screenshot for? I would love to see it. Script leak? Maybe? Oh, I hope so. Do you think the liquor we see near the end of Found Footage 3 where Ravi encounters a dad real and maybe even drinkable? I was actually talking about that this morning in a Discord server. I think so. I think so. I don't think the plate with like the rest of the food is safe to eat, but I think the alcohol is fine, which is hilarious to think of. I will DM it to you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Who called these schizo drawings? Kane schizo drawings. Show yourself. Because we're looking at them right now. This bottom one here says decomposition. Right here. If you don't, okay. Yeah, right here. Decomposition. Jack Daniels tastes like shit, so no, it's not. I prefer vodka. On a scale from soup to table. Kane said there is food in the complex. Really? Do you think we need Found Footage 4 to be released before the movie comes out? That's a good question. I feel like it would be really cool if he had something like to set up the movie, like a whole video to set up the movie or like concepts, because if the movie is supposed to be like a found footage style tape, then then I wouldn't be surprised if what's it called? Oh my god, why does this keep happening to me? If it's gonna be a found footage style movie, then it would make sense for Kane to release another a found footage 4 before the movie. Do you have a Discord? I do. No, these are Kane's glasses. These are just Kane's glasses. These are his sketching glasses or his reading glasses or whatever. But yeah, look, hazmat. Hazmat suit. If still life is not... I don't think we need a found footage for it all. A third one was enough. Yeah. I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun. But I'm not sure if it would be necessarily needed. Could it mean that the plants in found footage 3 are actually fake? Ooh. That's actually a good question, if those are like artificial plants or if those are real plants. Oh shit, you're right. Oh my god, I didn't even catch that. It's... Why do I got mixed up. Look at that. It's a similar tape square design. I know this is done by async, but that's crazy. It even has like the same uneven nature to it. This just kind of looks like this, but just like really stretched out. And this is literally just the same tape square texture, but just stretched different ways. That's hilarious. I love that. Interesting. Are these Backrooms assets and teasers new, coming from Kane? So these are things that he has shared himself, like sketches or like raw footage and stuff like that. Is it done by async? Yeah, those tape squares and static dead end are done by async. Definitely. It would be wild if async didn't do it and it copied the tape from her house. Yeah, that would be super crazy. But like the implications of that, because found footage 2 is supposed to take place in 1995. And static dead end takes place in literally in just a month after first contact. It's still 1989, but it's November. No, I'm sorry, I'm confusing lighting and tile survey with static dead end. Static dead end is 1990 in May. It's literally like a week or no, a few days after damage control. It's like a few days after damage control. Do we have a Kane Teasers channel in the Discord? I believe so. So are all these assets and teasers even considered to be canon? I mean, I would say the stuff that's like models and stuff and other stuff, yeah. Things like sketches and stuff that we're just looking through just to see if like we can find anything, raw renders. Like for example, let me see if I can even find it here on first glance. There is, so this image of our John Doe, there's a raw image without the VHS distortion on it, and it's absolutely disgusting, and I think you guys should see it because it's very cool. Let me see here. Where are you? Reveal yourself. Oh my god, where's that picture? I literally put it in a video of mine. What the fuck? Here it is. Look at that. So renders and stuff that he's posted, I want to take a look at these and try and see if like what we can gather from them, because this image alone already has like a ton, kind of tells you a lot about the state of like the corpse, like the implications of the growth for the bacteria and stuff like that. So renders and stuff, those are typically considered to be canon. And then other stuff like whatever this is. Yeah, like teasers and stuff. We have here stuff that he released himself, stuff that was in his video. We look at, that's what I mean by like assets and stuff. Look at that photo of Kirk Maxwell smiling. Look at that smile. Are there any accounts of Kane showing what is behind the wallpaper, the material of the common walls? No, no. As far as I know, no. But we've seen behind the distortion plate, as he likes to call it. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's way more gruesome than I initially thought. And then the room then... Wait, let me see. So when he posts a follow channel feature, post it immediately or something, or that would work on its main. Yeah. Yeah. We know how the Backrooms messes with time a little bit. It just wouldn't make sense for it to be backwards time travel, because it's just not plausible as far as we know. It's just not plausible. If anything, forward time displacement is a lot more like plausible, and we've already seen it happen a couple times. In fact, we've seen exclusively forward time displacement in the series when it comes to Peter and when it comes to what's it called, Kane's camera, no clipping. I still have no idea if when Kane initially no clipped in, if it was still 1991, or if he forwarded went forward to 1996, or if it happened when his camera fell out. We have that, and then of course pretty much anyone who clips into the complex is implied to be displaced in time, though I'm not sure how significant that displacement is. And then who else? Ravi. If I remember correctly, the beginning of Found Footage 3 takes place in 1997. Because we hear that bit about the Oklahoma City bombing, and the trial for it happened in 1997. But the actual event itself happened in 95. So 97 would make more sense just because of how stable the complex is by the time Ravi no clips into it. I have no idea how far displaced he was, but if it's implied that he displaced somewhere in like the 2000s due to that debt relief commercial that we heard at the end of Found Footage 3, then I would assume that, what's it called? Maybe Waldad also no-clipped further than the time period that he was in. Basically what I'm trying to say is that we've only really seen forward. The sky falling scene at the end is canon. It's just what's not canon is the fact that the camera survived. So the camera hit the ground and like fucking exploded, I guess. I don't know, but the footage was able to be recovered. Luckily, it seems. Basically, this is old assets then. Yeah, he doesn't post too many teasers, and whatever teasers we have, I'm basically combing with a fine-tooth comb. What happened to Kane's camera in Found Footage 1 and Ravi's camera? Who's the person who's watching the footage? That's interesting. As far as I know, Found Footage 3 is the only camera that we're shown, or that's implied to not have made it out of the complex somehow. Like, it seems like Ravi just had the camera next to him as he was, like, just dying. And it just stayed there. But the Found Footage camera, the Found Footage 1 camera, that one didn't survive, but it did get out. And then, if my theory about Madison no clipping out at the very end of Found Footage 2 confirms to be correct, especially since we see that someone is watching her tape in their house, then maybe someone from Async is watching these tapes, because the only other person that would have access to that area of the complex with that knowledge of and navigation would be Async. So maybe it's like a senior director, or maybe it's like Ivan himself, if he went in there. Also, I will be right back because I really have to go to the I really have to pee. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Drink water. Ooh, spooky. Spooky. Hello, I am back. Okay. Alright. Cracking the... Oh, damn. That was loud. Shit. Did you guys hear that? Do you guys want me to turn the music up a little bit? Or is it good right here? Mic is kind of quiet. Is it now? Oh, hi, Timothy. How are you? So happy to see you here. Music is fine? Okay, cool. That's the low proximity magnetic distortion system, isn't it? Like, that's the same whirring? Oh boy. Oh, I love this song. It is? I knew it. I knew it. Okay. I jump scared myself with Kane's drawings. Weir. Let me see. Fingers broken. No, yeah, actually. Do you think in Static Dead End the room glitched because whatever was generating got scared of the researcher and didn't finish? I was actually wondering why that particular room is the only one we see with like furniture glitched into the walls and the floor. Because the other times that we see distorted and warped furniture, like it's outside of the floor, like it's set where you would normally think it would be, right? But it's just like in a weird place, or it's kind of like a little too tall, or it's like a little too big. But this is like completely different. This literally looks like you gave someone a new intern. Holy shit. This literally looks like you gave some intern at Bethesda a project with like generate a room with objects in it, and they're like, here you go. It's that absurd. I don't know why it's like that. The only reason that I could think is that the complex at that point in Async's like expeditions and investigations, the complex has not reached that level of sophistication and has not gotten as good at generating and replicating environments as we see it do later on in the series. And to me, that feels like probably one of the first times that the complex has tried to generate a room and furniture at the same time, instead of making the room first and then, I guess, generating the objects within or something. I don't know. It's really weird. I have no idea why it's like that. I have no idea why that particular room seems to be so unstable. The only thing that I could think of is that thing called the observer effect in physics, which I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, so let me see here. Just because I want to get things accurate. In physics, the observer effect is the disturbance of an observed system by the act of observation. Well, that's pretty fucking redundant. Okay, so basically, because Mark looked at the complex expanding, that in itself could have altered the outcome for why the complex did what it did. Now, if Mark had never seen the complex expanding, then maybe that room wouldn't be so glitched and distorted. So yeah, maybe in a way it got scared of Mark looking at it and was like, oh, no, don't look at me. And was like ashamed and just kind of fucked up doing everything else. Follow Red on Twitch. Thank you, Timothy Snake. You're so sweet. Oh, wow, I gotta turn this down a little bit. Let me see, because I forgot how much Kane's music goes. Wee, wee, wee. Cats in the Backrooms 1. Oh, no. They wouldn't survive, and then I would just get really sad. I love cats. I love cats so much. It seems like null zones disappear once something large, like a car or human, clips through it. Excuse me, sorry. So, what I was thinking is that, and what I had been talking with like a lot of people from the Discord and stuff, I believe that the null zones, because the naturally occurring ones are so unstable, when they first start appearing because of async connecting to the complex, they're very, very small. Even by the time like found footage 2 rolls around, the ones that start out are like super, super tiny, enough to fit like a tape square. But we also have a big variety in the sizes that they can be, because apparently somewhere between then and somewhere between the complex connecting with async and found footage 2 happening, the null zones started getting naturally bigger. And as a result, maybe some bigger ones just naturally occur. Like the one from found footage 3, for example. That one seemed like a significantly bigger and more stable null zone. And because Ravi walked through that gap in the wall, it disturbed everything, and that's why like his entire house shook. It's because he was disturbing a null zone. I think that little hallway actually led into a different section of the complex, but one that was in the proper space-time, I guess, than the one that he fell into. So maybe the like smaller ones, they're just super unstable, and when they get disturbed, they go back to equilibrium. But does that happen for found footage 3? I wonder. Like, is that gap in Ravi's wall still there? Or is it just like, does it just look like a hole in the wall and it just looks like, I don't know, foundation or dirt or whatever the fuck is, right there. I don't know if California has basements because you guys have earthquakes. Wes, hi! Hello! How are you? What about Madison? She was in the room. I think that she no-clipped out. I will hang on to this like I hung on to the theory that the green light somehow correlated to the null zone / expansion of the complex, because that one ended up being right. And I'm holding on to this one just as tight as that one, that Madison no-clipped out at the very end of found footage 2. But it's still, because she went through such like an active energy barrier, I don't know if she survived the trip because her camera didn't. But the footage did. Which is interesting to me. So it could be a case of both, that she both no-clipped out and also did not survive the no-clip out. Could be. Have you noticed that even some of the randomly formatted hallways are repeated throughout the series? Yes. Found footage 3 is a great example of that. It feels more of like a floor plan, so the replication feels almost, expected. But that room with the barricade being directly under and directly mirrored that async outpost looking room, where it looked like they were building like an elevator to the radio room. That's mirrored. And then, of course, we have the infinitely repeating async hallways in the chasm when Kane finds it in found footage 1. And then, of course, Pitfall's getting, I guess, essentially copied in the layout in Static Dead End. Video's done. I'm compressing it now. Cool, 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 cool. Yes. Perfect. What do you think would happen if you failed to fully enter a null zone before it closed? I don't know if that would happen. I have no idea, because in order to fall into a null zone, you have to disturb it in such a way that, like, you would realistically have to be pretty much on top of it. And when that's the case and that happens, I think you just get sucked in no matter what. Because it just feels like, I don't know. It almost feels like a hole just opens up under you. I have no idea if that can happen. It feels like that's implied towards the end of Found Footage 3. There's like that random foot that's just like clipped into the ground in the house. I have no idea what the hell that could be, but I'm not sure. I don't know, because I feel like the bigger the null zone and the more stable it is, the easier it's going to be for you to just like fall in there, because it'll be, by the time you fall in there, it's too late to try and get out. Why did Kane still retcon or hide the mysterious entity in motion detected? What do you mean he retconned it? As for why that creature's getting so close to the HQ, I think it's curious. Because of the sounds. It's weird because the sounds that we hear in motion detected sound exactly the same as the construction sounds from, I believe it was Reunion? No. Static Dead End? Yeah. Or when they were building the initial, like, outpost after Pitfalls. I'm doing so well. Yes, I'm live. Actually, this is a good point to remind you all. Make sure, this song is throwing me off. This song is throwing me off, but it's really good. Sorry. What was I saying? Remember, if you are enjoying the stream, be sure to throw a like my way. If you're not subscribed already, consider subscribing to the channel. That would be awesome. And I would really appreciate that. I saw, I think Twofer, I think it was you. I saw you say that I should stream more. I would love to. I would genuinely love to. I think I will. Just because it's fun to, like, go over all of this, like, backroom stuff with you guys. Oh, wait a minute. This is the song from when Peter is running away from the team. Yeah, it's Department of Energy. I didn't realize it was Department of Energy. Wait, really? What the fuck? Oh, you can't see that. I'm an idiot. There we go. What the fuck? It's the song. Peter Tennis. What the hell is this? Hey idea what. This is so crazy. Where's oh God, where's redacted when you need them to highlight the motifs used? Wow, it's really good. That's crazy. Sorry. I know I kind of just went like on a little tangent right there, but yeah, I really enjoy that. I'm gonna try to upscale the null zones pick. Ooh, that would be great. Did the room continue transforming after she was no clipped out? I think so. I think so. I really like how you can see the, just before the green light appears, you can see the walls just barely start to move in the hallway. They start to widen just a little bit. And you hear like a little creaking sound too. It's so crazy. I love it. Yes, the null zone is an elevation discrepancy, which I believe might be referencing a gravitational anomaly. Because gravity and electromagnetism go hand in hand, and one affects the other. Okay, you just sent the video and other stuff in my Discord. Okay, cool. I skipped like the last 50 seconds of it. I'm sorry. You did? You did, Wes? Oh my God. I haven't looked at Twitter since I went live. How did it go? Thank you, Wes. I appreciate it. You should watch the Kane Pixels interview with Smosh. It was really good. I have watched it. I watched it the day it came out. We need a proper explanation as to what happened to Madison and Peter. We can't let Kane forget about them. I don't think he definitely did not forget about them. Definitely did not. I have a feeling that is not the last that we will hear of Peter. Mark my words. Peter does not die immediately following the confrontation in damage control. I believe he gets out, he leaks some information, and then he's killed. That's what I think happens. So mark my words. That's what I think happens to him. As for Madison, I still think that she no-clipped out. I don't know whether she survived the no-clip event, but she definitely no-clipped out, I think. And the camera did too. The camera did not survive. But I wonder if she did. Is it a terrible idea for Async to turn the complex into a living space right since after all of the new discoveries? Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. There is... Sorry, I have to pause this for a second. Okay. No. Was it report? No. I think it was... No, I'm silly. It was autopsy report. You can see where I would get that confused. Ew, yucky bacteria. By the way, look at that. Like, that's disgusting. That's, all of this is bacteria. Here we go. Okay, so... Where is it? Where is it? Employment... Yeah, so this is an employment contract termination. A ship. Another ship. I have no idea what this is. This is the, kidney, I think. Autopsy report. These are people. Parked cars. A graph. The lab. A painting, I think. I can't tell what that is because it's super overexposed. Looks like a volcano. The power supply. A UFO? Question mark? A spaceship. A water spout, like a water tornado. Those are super cool. I don't know if you guys have seen those. That's definitely a volcano. This looks like devastation from an earthquake or something. I can't tell what that is. That looks like another volcano. That looks like a nuclear bomb detonation. That looks like... That's a galaxy. Another galaxy. The threshold. Saturn. I don't know why Saturn of all things. Meteors? Then... Bacteria. I just really don't want to miss it. What the hell is this? I do not remember seeing that. This is the inside of a plant cell. This is the body from autopsy report. The gallery. Okay. Gross. The president. I still don't know what to make of this. Have no idea. Is this like... Is this like a still life? Do you guys think?
Just run. I'm not gonna win that. I'm not gonna win this.
How far into the raw content post are you? Not at all. I actually have to go back to that link. Here it is. And to that point, the sentiment, blah, 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 and all serious engagements in the blah, blah, blah. This environment was never suited for mankind. To maintain the delusion would be to condemn, blah, blah, blah. So this already shows that Async seems to be aware that maybe it's not a good idea to set up like a living situation in the complex, but they clearly Ivan doesn't seem to care, because I feel like this was part of the implied document purge that I think will happen later on in the series. If the Backrooms movie ever comes out, you need to live stream it while you're watching in the movie theater. No, thank you. That would be the most unpleasant way for me to meet Kane ever, is through a lawsuit. I would get slapped with a lawsuit so fast. Faster than Ethan Klein sues anybody who criticizes him. Anyway, do you think that girl's face that pops up on the TV could be Madison? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I feel like it could be another missing person that they find within the complex. Maybe one that we haven't seen yet. But I have no idea. Yes, discrepancy unknown. I would love... oh, wait. Yes, I would love that. Yes, that's how I would get my channel copyrighted. Most likely cells are morphing into a superorganism. That's kind of like the budding theory that seems to be revolving within the community. Jesus Christ, I cannot speak English. Okay, you said you sent it in the Discord, so let me pull that up. It would be a way to meet him, though. I think I would prefer trying to DM him and being like, hey, I'm a huge fan. Have you seen my videos? And then, like, probably be so happy and, like, cry if he was like, yeah, I've seen your videos. And I'd be like, really? Where am I looking for this? Where am I looking for this again? I need to get the link again to that. What's it called? Actually, I can just do mentions and then me. That's annoying. Says the woman who speaks multiple languages and speaks English better than me. To be fair, I learned it in kindergarten. What video shows Ivan Beck's accident when he gets hit? Well, we only know that it's implied that he gets hit in overflow, but we don't have like a direct image of him getting hit, unless you count damage control. Unless you count. No. It's the one where it goes. Property. Bullshit. I still believe that's bullshit. Also, this is a syringe. And I think somebody had mentioned it, that this could be like a lethal injection type of deal. I'm not sure. Yeah, the one that goes. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Ah, there we go. Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. Yeah, look at that. Unless you count this image. This is what I think Ivan saw during overflow, probably. I mean, look at that shit. Well, that also just kind of looks like a fire, no? Is that pick in overflow? No, this is in damage control. But I have a feeling this is either Ivan during overflow, or this is Ivan staring at async on fire. Fire. Well, this just makes it even harder to see, because I can't tell what that is. Even though it's purple. Also, what the hell is this? When does this happen? And this come on, man. You can't tell me that this isn't Peter. You can't tell me that this isn't Peter. He made it to the city. It's green. At the bottom looks like the threshold. It does kind of look like the threshold, doesn't it? Also, this is the image that I have for my screen. Oh, hey. Hold on a second. Okay. Let me see. You remind me of The Angel Next Door Spoils Me. If you haven't seen it, you really should. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look into it. Green glow, escaping the complex. Also, it's totally Peter, right? That's what I'm saying. It has to be Peter. It has to be Peter. Hello? It has to be Peter. Also, this, yeah, it does kind of look like the threshold. I can't even, like, get a full thing of it. Doesn't it look crazy? Async is kidnapped Red. Do you think there will be no new videos until after he's done with the movie? I think he said depends on how bored he gets. Because, I think for the next month, starting in July, he'll be super busy for the next month. It's very heartwarming. Oh, okay. I'll look into it then. Yeah. Also, I like that this is clearly a reference to the Department of Energy for the government funding. I feel like this is Ivan's desk at home. I wish I had this upscaled. It kind of looks like there's like records here. I think. I think. And this is the same image. And clearly they're running away from something. Do you think this will be seen in the next video that Kane drops? Excuse me. Because I feel like the next video that he drops is going to be related to the expedition regarding the forest area around the what's it called? The forested area around the red neighborhood. Is there a version upscaled? I have no idea. Who up syringing in the back rooms? Oh, Wes, thank you for stopping by. If you're still here, which you're probably not, but if you watch the VOD, I also send you my love. When will you continue looking at the post? Do you have a link to it? Can you, like, tag me? Really quick. On the post. That would be very helpful. Son of a bitch. It's pinned, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's pinned. I think. I am looking. I am looking. Why? Oh my lord. Big-lipped Wendigoon. Jesus Christ. Huh? Kane, what the fuck? Oh, where's the Thank you for stopping by, Max. I appreciate it. This might be a researcher running from a monster in the complex, probably. Hi, Akua. Photo looks like they're running away from the dead body in the dark room in 14D. Ooh, maybe. Iceberg boy jump scared, no deadass, actually. Where? Oh, those are Clyde's glasses. That's kind of crazy. Holy. Ryan76 with the $10. Thank you. Thanks for your great detailed breakdown videos. You do all the OCD work so I don't have to. Thank you so much for the dono. That was very generous of you. And I really appreciate that. Yeah, that I feel the OCD thing because ADHD over here. I really, really appreciate that. Someone gifted? Really? Let me see here. Well, wow. I wish the thing would actually update properly. That's crazy. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Or am I just getting confused? I think I might just be getting confused. Anywho, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, okay, we're all caught up. We're all caught up. I pinged you in the post in your server. I see. Perfect. Bless you. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. First thing I see is the bacteria did a front flip. Okay. What in the hell is that? Okay. Look at this thing, right? You're like, what even is that? Just perfect reaction image to it. I'm like, yeah, no, actually. This is interesting. Is this area supposed to be like... What is that area? How weird. Oh, God. Those aren't real? Ah, I see. Holy. Okay, perfect. So what is this? Oh, it's a MIDI seek. I don't have a MIDI player. Shit. How am I supposed to... Damn. All of these are MIDI files. Here we go. I can do this though. Let me know. Let me make sure actually that it's actually outputting the sound in Discord. So sound, volume mixer. Okay, so I guess I'll just, well, whatever, you should be able to hear it. Yeah, okay, you can hear it. Oh, wow. That's so cool. This would have 100%. This would have 100% been my ringtone in like 2012. Do you have VLC? I do not. No, I don't, unfortunately. Who ran away in Reunion? Peter Tench did. Peter Tench did. This is so cool. That tickled my brain. I like that. Tell them I'm alive, they need to know. So what I think we figured out the last time that we did the chronological watch through is that he needs to tell his wife and kids that he's alive. They have to know. That's what he was saying before he ran away. Wow. This is so Steven Universe coded. Yeah. This is like Steven Universe fight scene coded. Okay, threshold sample 2. Ooh. Oh my god, that goes so hard. I like that. Yeah, that creaking that sound, like you can hear it at the end of found footage too, just as like it's expanding. What is this? Oh. Sure. Oh, hell yeah! Okay, never mind. We can play the MIDI sounds. Hold on. Hold on now. We're going back up here. You know what? Let me not be a goober. And let me just download all of these at the same time. Christ. Oh my god, which one was I on? Midwestern Drama Light? Yeah. Cool. Can you tell I've been watching a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine lately? No one can replace Captain Holt. Okay. And then here we go. That's cool. So these are these sound like, I know it's a MIDI file. Where do these files come from? So this is in my teasers and images shared by you channel in the Backrooms Theories section of my Discord server. I will drop a link to join the server in the description of the stream if you have not done so already. Let me see. Discord should really add a download all button. No, yeah, actually. Does the melody invert at the midpoint? Like, does it start to invert at the midpoint and then it just does like the... I feel like it does. There's a chromosome in Kane's drawing to the right. I know, he has like some crazy ass drawings here. You can see eyes right here, like a skull. Michael Greer's like ID tab, ID badge or whatever the hell. There's just a bunch of shit here, like a drawing of what looks like the complex from like an aerial view, a computer, another eye motif, a tree, chromosomes, bunch of graphs and numbers and shit. Time, literally time right here. This looks like the map from First Contact. This is pretty crazy, actually. This looks like... Is this an elevator? Oh my god, I don't think I noticed that. I think this is an elevator right here. That's kind of crazy. Does Found Footage 3 prove that Async got closed down or doesn't exist anymore? Because why is the complex Ravi was in feel so empty and abandoned? I think it does. I think it does. By the time Ravi... Hell, I think even by the time Madison clips into the complex, which is like 1995 or something, I think by then Async is just done. Like, I think they don't exist anymore. I think they're only active for a few years. Because it seems like the mid-90s, they kind of just fall off. The complex will always exist, unfortunately. And who knows if other research institutes tried to make their own version of the threshold. Is the jagged line at the bottom the Richter scale measure thingy? I think so, actually, yeah. I think that's what this is. Yeah, that would make sense. So these are the earthquake waves. It's like a visual representation of what you're feeling. Ugh, yucky. I think async will shut down because the DOE became sus. I think they'll get shut down because a fire will break out there. There's a lot of hints about a fire happening. Looks like a briefcase. Oh yeah, this does look like a briefcase. Oh my god, I'm so like construction brained. I thought this was like an elevator. No, it's a briefcase, you're right. It's a briefcase. Some were sent by Kane. Some are by Kane and some are recreations. Oh, interesting. What motif is this song in? Glacier? No, not Glacier. Which one am I thinking of? Oh my god. Can't remember. Genuinely can't remember. Rah! We got distracted by the drawing again. Ooh, god. Thank you, Kane. That was incredible. No, I actually really like that melody. I like that chord progression. It was in the complex. First appearance was in the complex. Oh, data not accessible, and it's referring to the complex. Interesting. The only time we ever see data not accessible is referencing the .tar file from archive.tar that it tried to open. I think the complex has biomes, not necessarily like levels, if that makes sense. That makes the most sense. Project system test motif. Oh, that's so good. I love it. I have to listen to it again. I like that a lot. Post-traumatic amnesia. That motif has always intrigued me so much, especially because it's related to post-traumatic amnesia. If it's the type of motif that I think it is, Huh. Oh, it's so good, man. All of these motifs are so good. Fuck off, it's Canon and D. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Oh, this one's a long one. Isn't this literally just a cover? That just made me so happy. I jump scared myself. Canon and D does make me emotional. It's because it's used in like weddings and stuff. Oh, okay, it's beautiful. I just, God, I can't help myself. So good. No way! Stop, this is so cute. That's so cute. Dude, 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 dude. Excuse me. Oh my God. I loved that. I loved every second of that. Wow. I think we listened to all of these. No, not yet. We still haven't listened to this one. No, yeah, we did. What the fuck? What in the hell? Huh. Interesting. Okay. Oh shit. So this is the model for Peter? This feels more like Peter, yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe he did this, like... That's just Kane walking. I know that. I know he mocapped that part. Okay, that gunshot actually scared me a little bit. I was like... Oh my god, I didn't realize that he just reuses, like... Yeah, that definitely has to be it. Especially the way that he's holding the weapon. You know what I realized? It kind of looks like the life form is just the skeleton of a Blender person. But it just looks really fucked up. That is so cool. Did Kane use an airsoft shotgun? I have no idea. I have no idea how he got the actual positioning accurate. Maybe he just used a stick. Why did I only get caveman stomach? That's crazy. The leading theory is a brisket. You know what? I can see it. I can see it. A rotten, not well seasoned brisket. That would make me cry too. If you click on it, you get the full image of the caveman. Well, hello. He looks so sad. He looks so sad. What are these? What the hell? Huh. And then this image I have. Free speech. Buy one of these General Electric tape recorders and we'll give you enough free tape to talk 2 hours. That's 2 extra cassettes, a $5.30 value. And I wish shit was that cheap now. For the student, no loose tape to fuss with. It comes pre-threaded in a cartridge. Just snap it in and you're ready to record or listen for an hour. Perfect for students, complete with dynamic microphone. $50? Damn. For the executive, it's a dictating machine, slide narrator, letter writer, music maker. The pencil microphone has a remote switch, push button operation, mic stand, earphone and carrying case. And for the ultimate, convenient two-way power for battery or house current operation, monitor switch, bass treble control, plus a full console of push button controls. Does everything but tell you what to say. Special offer, get 2 tape cassettes free. Simply write the words special offer on the purchase registration card you get when you buy any of these 3 tape recorders. Offer limited to purchases made October through December 1968. Cards must be received in Utica, New York by January 20th, 1969. Nice. So this is from Utica, New York. And he just had that tacked on his wall in overflow. So maybe my thinking of Ivan ending up in, oh my God, what's it called? In New York when him and his family immigrated, or just him ending up in New York at some point was true. Whenever there's news and sound, you hear it from General Electric first. Tables are edible? Now what in the world? The bacteria did a front flip? What do you mean? God, yucky. Oh my god, it did! Wait, it did! No way, this is so funny. Wait! Do Kane and the life form both fall? I don't think they no clip out, but maybe they just like land where the fucking camera no clip through. And since that area would theoretically be solid again, I wonder.
Now, this is the entity that's actually known as 6 arms, okay? That basically...
What? Excuse me, Mudahar? What are you... What? Excuse me? The sound you hear after Kane falls through the hole, this is from Half-Life 2. Really? What the fuck? That's crazy! Is this Ivan? This has to be Ivan, right? No Mudahar. I do not remember 6 arms. Yeah, that's why I was like, huh? Oh, shit. It's a similar layout? Yeah, this is the doorway. So maybe... That's so weird. So who's watching her tape then? Hello. You're on your alt. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back, I should say. Yeah, guys, this really, to me, looks like the life form, but, like, not distorted, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like the life form is just, like, the skeleton of a Blender model. And that's why Kane said that that's why we don't know what it really looks like. Because maybe he's just showing us the skeleton version of it. Because, I mean, look at that. It would be so easy to distort the features and make him super tall, like in Pitfalls. And, like, especially the face area right here looks almost exactly like a really distorted version of the bacteria's face. Her parents, perhaps? The people watching it could be her parents? Maybe? God, if it were her parents, I would be, like, so horrified. I know, right? Dude, his Blender skills are so good. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, look at the way that the feet look. It's so easy to just make a really distorted looking skeleton. If it was your parents, that wouldn't make sense because Madison would have recognized your home. Oh yeah, that's a fair point. Do you think maybe then the camera and subsequently maybe Madison's, like, I guess, corpse, or Madison herself just ended up no-clipping out at this person's house? Maybe? How crazy would it be if it was Ivan's house and she just happened to no clip out onto like near Ivan's house? Would bullets even hurt the life form? Probably, maybe. I mean, if it's just a massive like ecosystem of bacteria, then probably. But I feel like fire would be more effective, just to dry it out. But yeah, it doesn't have much much of anything that's like vital that could get hurt during a shootout. There was the theory that the home tape is from Ivan and the house is a replication of Ivan's childhood home. Yeah. Oh my god. The way that we were basically like thinking. I think the area just expanded into new hallways. I just feel like she did, because like at the very end of the video, it looks like the camera's falling. Because I mean, how else would the camera end up out of the complex in that area? I have no idea. Did you read it on the theory about the connection of Madison and the Blue House from Found Footage 3? I think? Maybe? Is there a bacteria that turns into a hard stone material? I mean, probably? I don't think K. bacillus is one of those, though. Rifle rounds would probably be good. Yeah, I think so. If Madison no-clipped, where do you think she ended up afterwards? I don't know. Maybe outside of that person's house, whoever's watching the tape, which I feel like would be Ivan. It feels very convenient. The life form can probably be immobilized by a firearm because of how thin they are. If you hit them just right, you can dismember a limb. That's true. Also, the bones are not your standard form and upper arm. There are multiple bones, so it makes sense since a hazmat suit is rubber. Oh yeah, true. I love how it's just two giant fucking bones. Does Static Dead End leave you with more questions rather than answers? Because I'm still kind of confused about the ending. Yes, I'm confused about the chair on the hill. I'm confused as to why that section of the complex is particularly unstable. Oh, it's your Reddit theory. That's probably, yeah, I haven't been on Reddit since I posted the link to the video, because I've been busy. Oh boy, I have to go in a little bit. Let me see if I can, what more I can get through before I have to leave. So this, I don't know if you guys know this, but I think I talked about this a while ago. Apparently this is what Kane described as behind the distortion plate. And what this is actually a picture of the Alice experiment over at CERN. And it's basically like a large ion collider experiment. That's what the acronym stands for. And it's working on like inertial confinement fusion, which is what my theory on the low proximity magnetic distortion system being a sort of nuclear reactor that was attempting to achieve ignition through initial confinement fusion. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. And then Mr. Robot, which I can't even watch until the beginning of next month, so frustrating. Ooh, definitely subliminal. Probably in the next stream, because I do have to go and I want to finish going through some of the rest of the assets, if there are any left. Shotgun pellets won't cut it. No, probably not. Yeah, I know Kane did some live action shots, for sure. What if the home in the Found Footage 2 ending is Ravi's house and the bumping we heard in the beginning is... Oh, but then... No, but then that would actually be forward time displacement. I have not seen that. No, I didn't think about that. Huh. Yeah, what if it's not a survivor from the complex? What if, well, she would be a survivor from the complex, but I'm talking specifically about the survivors from Found Footage 3. What if she's not, what if it wasn't a survivor from Found Footage 3? What if it was Madison? The stream delay is barely 5 seconds. Oh, is that? Wow. That's so cool. I love that. Oh, and then I wanted to look at this before I left. So this, I don't know how much you guys know about like fungi and stuff like that, but this looks like a mycelial network. And this is exclusive to fungi. Now, given the fact that there's a corpse here, mushrooms do grow on dead bodies, and it wouldn't be surprising if, you know, this fungus right here just continued to spread throughout the complex. And this right here would be bacterial biofilm, and these would just be like huge concentrations of Hay bacillus. Same thing here. This would be like fungus and the biofilm that's covering it. So Nicholas would be entirely encased in this. And that's why the dude at the end of autopsy report was so horrified when he looked at the x-ray and was like, he saw that all of the lungs were just encased in Hay bacillus. Peter Tench, more like Peter Bench. Rest in peace, Nicholas Bolton. I'm not even sure if this is Nicholas Bolton anymore. I don't know. I think this is just a regular old John Doe. Aged blood around him. Well, corpses do... Because, like, the blood in your body stops running, obviously, when you die. It just pools wherever you're, like, the body happens to be positioned. So it could be that blood started to, like, leak. Which would be gross. Yeah, it's a completely different actor. Do you think that Async tried to expand the threshold but just no-clipped instead? I think they do attempt to expand the threshold, but I think instead of them like no-clipping into like a different part of the complex, I think what happens is they accidentally start a fire. I think they start a fire. That fungus might be only found in the backrooms. Well, it depends. Because there's a couple of types of fungus that it could be since it's coming from a body. I believe it is... Sorry. Did I ask? This. Specifically... Oh my god. Okay, so Aspergillus, penicillin. Those are frequently found and don't necessarily indicate a specific stage of decomposition. Yeah, Aspergillus, penicillium, Trichophyton, Cladosporum, and Candida. Candida are more like yeast. Cladosporum can be found on corpses in various environments, including indoor and outdoor settings. Trichophyton, these are also reported as common fungal contaminants of formalin-preserved cadavers. Penicillin, similar to Aspergillus, are commonly found on human remains, both mummified and those undergoing outdoor decomposition. But the body wasn't mummified, was it? Well, I guess it was kind of preserved by the bacteria. That keyboard tickles my brain. It's a very nice keyboard. I love it so much. I got it as a present. Physarum polycephalum. Oh, sorry. Physarum polycephalum. Interesting. That's what that is? I'm going to do some research on that. Ow. What if the complex simply exists in a realm where there is no such thing as time, which is why we see objects like that found footage 3 poster from 2022? I actually wanted to touch on this before I left. Ew, slime mold, that's disgusting. I'll read about it later. I wanted to mention the name async. It's not a coincidence that it's actually like shortened. It's a shortened version of the word asynchronous. And asynchronous means not occurring at the same time, which makes sense why we hear Waldad, who is presumed to be somewhere in like the late 2000s, while Ravi sees things that are like from 2020, but is presumably implied to be still within the late 90s, early 2000s. So I think that's more of like a blatant kind of observation, more of like a hidden in plain sight kind of thing. If time didn't move in the complex, then we wouldn't have the displacement that Peter experienced. And every time that every time that researchers went into the complex, it would be like virtually no time has passed since they went in. Yes, asynchronous. Thank you so much for joining us, Timothy. I'm actually about to head out myself because I'm hungry and I've been talking for like 2.5 hours and my throat is super dry. So let me go ahead and put on. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun going through all the available stuff in relation to like assets and teasers and stuff like that. Wow, you can really tell that I'm hungry. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you for the generosity. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the liking the stream. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for checking out the content. Be sure to check out my latest videos. Share them, like them, spread them around, comment on them, get them some traction and everything. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.